Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite and all the multiplayer and the campaign cutscene and all the stuff that got revealed.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about some Halo Infinite now. We were unable to stream the Xbox Microsoft conference Bethesda stuff.
Yeah, we did it every year except for this one.
Except for this one, because I was off adventuring in the lands of just like, you know that Halo 5 trailer where Master Chief is walking around finding the Guardian? That's what I was doing. I was just out in the sand, walking around, and then I found a Guardian.
You know that trailer that didn't actually happen?
You know that
wasn't in the game?
That looked cool, but then it wasn't in the game? Yeah, that's what I was doing. Anyway, we've seen everything, we've caught up with E3 and stuff, and now let's get into it. So, if you remember last year, we were a little bit, we were in the middle of the road. We were mostly harsh towards the graphics because that was the biggest issue that the game had. The graphics looked really, really bad. It looked like a Roblox game or something stupid like that. And so we were hoping that it would look a lot better when the game released. So they delayed it, which I think is a good thing. So,
to be honest, it doesn't really look that much better. It definitely does look better. It kind of just looks like a little bit better than Halo 5 to me. It doesn't really look like a 2021 game. It looks like graphics have evolved since Halo 5 a lot, and it doesn't really look up to par. But it's not really that important. It looks all right. It looks good enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks good enough, and the style is what style matters more.
Art style is good,
and the art style is good. So yeah, let's first talk about the campaign stuff. So, like last time, we were like, "Ew, the campaign dialogue and stuff." It
was a mixed bag. Like
it was a mixed bag.
The beginning was good, and then the part with that guy at the end.
The root guy
sucked.
was kind of really, really generic and like a really stupid, cheesy villain. Like he was the complete opposite of what I want for the Banished. I don't want the Banished to be like, your fangs spotted, and stuff like that.
It's like the pretty generic villain brags about how he's gonna win and how awesome he is.
Yeah, I prefer.
We see that everywhere.
I prefer more calm, collected villains like
Truth.
Tartar. Yeah, Truth or Tartarus, stuff like that, where like they're a little bit. They're not like
or the Gravemind. Like the Gravemind is so powerful. Think about how easy it would be for them to have made him into one of those kind of villains.
Yeah, just like
you don't stand a chance.
Little did you know that I am secretly the most powerful being in the universe. So, this trailer dialogue,
it looked pretty awesome.
Pretty great, alright? So, like, being the Halo 2 fanboys that we are, we love anything that's, like, kind of Halo 2-ish, and a lot of the dialogue was, like, kind of playful banter between the characters, which I loved.
It felt a lot like something that Joseph Staten would write, which is the person who's writing it.
Yeah, so... well, I don't know if I'm 100% sure if he's writing it, but he joined the team, I'm sure he helped out a little bit.
Some kind of input.
Yeah.
But it feels like classic Halo writing to me, and this also there's a interesting mystery box with Cortana, and this trailer, or this cutscene, made me really interested in the story now.
Yeah.
I'm like a million times more interested in this game before this cutscene after this cutscene than I was before.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more intriguing, a lot more exciting. As I said, the dialogue is great. Like the first part with Master Chief flying around in space, and he's like, "You only have one bullet," and he uses the canister and he blows it up, and he says, "It's enough," and stuff like that. Like it feels like like in Halo 5. It was really cliche. I have a job to do. Yeah. It's like stupid stuff like that. Whereas the Master Chief was always a little bit more like,
"Chief, look."
Yeah, but the Master Chief was always a little bit more, at least in my opinion, a little bit more on the just like kind of colder, like really harsh, like reality. Like he was cool because he didn't like. He didn't
talk a lot, and he had like short but snappy lines.
Short, snappy, confident
lines.
They
had impact.
Yeah.
And also Cortana is way better than in Halo 4 and 5 in this cutscene.
Yeah, this cutscene, she was a lot better.
It feels like the real Cortana.
Yeah, even though it technically is a fake Cortana, still, it feels a little bit more real. And like Master Chief being like, the missions change, they always do, and stuff like that. Like that writing is just a lot better.
That sounds like something in Halo 3.
It does. It's just a lot better, and I'm way more interested. I'm guessing like the person who stopped the deletion or something like that, or sorry, like who deleted Cortana, maybe the Banished. Because,
yeah, maybe
like, it was a threat.
Or the Gravemind or some kind of flood-related thing.
Yeah, the flood-related thing, which that would be awesome.
This is on the Ark, and remember in the Halo Wars 2
Zeta Halo. This is on Zeta Halo.
Well, they're not at the... Oh, yeah, because the Banished must have come there.
Yeah.
Well, on the Ark, there's Flood, so that could come into play.
And Zeta Halo is infamously where Mendicant Bias and all that.
That's true.
Like,
all that lore stuff.
All that lore stuff that involves the Flood. So I have a feeling we're going to run into the Flood, which, I mean, hey, I'm 100% down for. The Flood are great and unique enemies.
And from what we've seen so far, it seems like they could pull it off. This story looks way better than previously.
Literally, it's already better than Halo 5, like, writing-wise, because, like, it's just a lot more interesting and a lot more true to the classic Halo style and stuff. So, we're a lot more confident and excited for the campaign. Now, moving on to the multiplayer...
Oh, one other thing. It also feels a lot more grounded, like... Halo 4 and 5, there's all these giant floaty bit monster robot things, and this game seems like it's going to be a lot more grounded. Like, we get these more personal cutscenes between the Master Chief and stuff. Yeah,
these cutscenes look a little bit more personal. And even though, like, the open world thing, I'm still not 100% on board with that. It looked like from the little snippet of, like, of the world or whatever before we went to the campaign, like, full-on trailer thing. It looked a little bit more realistic. There was bases set up in certain places, but it looked like a forest or like a typical Halo ring rather than just like some giant city with all these neon lights and all this crazy stuff attached to it. So
it could be good. It could be bad. We'll have to wait and see.
We have to wait and see.
And we're not gonna get all hyped and be like, "Oh my God, open world Halo!"
Yes, I'm so happy.
I get this. We're moving into the multiplayer, I guess, but there's so much like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! This is gonna be the perfect Halo game. This is gonna be the greatest thing ever." There's so much insane, like, unchecked hype. Like, people learn nothing from Halo 5 in 2077.
Yeah, and also like. Just campaign just multiplayer trailers in general. Because, like, all right, so I'm pretty sure you could gather our thoughts from it. We think
I'm cautious, kind of cautiously pessimistic. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more optimistic, but I'm not necessarily. We don't think it's necessarily gonna bring back Halo, like the classic Halo vibes again. We're not really. I've already accepted that at this point.
The Axeman put out a comment on like a community post, and he was like, "This is going to be amazing," and there's like it answered every single complaint. It's like, you haven't even played the game yet.
It's like,
everyone is so hyped for this game they haven't played.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta play it. Like the campaign trailer I keep saying the campaign trailer. The multiplayer trailer looks like a really like generic multiplayer trailer. It's like all this really crazy explosions, all this crazy stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be such an action-packed, fast-paced multiplayer. It's like, you gotta play the game.
Yeah,
like,
it looks like just pretty standard.
Half the stuff in not half the stuff. 75% of the stuff in the Black Ops 4 multiplayer trailer and the Black Ops 4 Blackout trailer. You can't even do.
At the end of the day, it's a trailer.
It's a trailer.
And we won't know until we play the game.
Yeah, like there was the PUBG trailer a while back, and it was just like all these insane explosions and stuff, and Duncan was like, PUBG is not that fun. It's like, it's not, so.
PUBG is hiding behind a rock while your game lags, and the textures, if you're playing on Xbox...
and PC.
Textures look like PS2.
Yeah, but anyway... let's dive a little bit more into the multiplayer stuff. So, the gameplay. It looks fine. It looks like it could. I think it could go either one of two ways. It could either go the like legitimately pretty fun and like enjoyable way, or it could go the really bland, mediocre, bad, kind of just boring.
I think that it could end up like Halo 4 or like Halo Reach.
Yeah.
Like Halo, I mean, I don't think it's going to be as bad as Halo 4. That's
definitely not.
That's really hard, but it could end up being kind of like really not very interesting, just kind of boring and lame like Halo 4. And Reach, I like Reach, but it's not. I don't really think this is ever going to be a top tier Halo multiplayer. Yeah. But I think it could be a fun multiplayer like Reach is. Yeah. Reach, to me, I know lots of people love that game, but to me, Reach is just a like hop in, play a couple matches. You'll have a bit of fun, and then that's all you need. And then I'll just play something else.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, I think Halo Reach is kind of also, on MCC at least, it's been infected with like the mega Halo Reach sweats. Which just absolutely destroy you. So I don't actually own Halo Reach. I've just played it on the MCC, and like Halo Reach is fun. It's just there's tons of sweats and stuff.
It's weird. I think the original has less sweats.
Yeah, but we think it can be some fun. Now, the only reason I think it can be fun, and the only thing that I have hope for, is the equipment.
The sandbox looks really cool.
The sandbox looks really awesome. There's
like that grapple where he grabs a fusion coil. Doesn't that seem really cool?
That seems like something that would be in Halo 3 if Halo 3 was like updated or modern. That feels like the
modernized Halo 3.
Yeah, it feels like something that would be from Halo 3, like or grappling a weapon to you or something like that, or grappling to like places like that. I think the grapple looks like a lot of fun, honestly. Like it seems like a good bit of equipment and stuff. It seems useful. Although I am a little bit nervous, it does seem like it could be a little bit OP because you could just
hijack vehicles.
Yeah, you could just skyjack.
That would be so annoying. Imagine you finally get a vehicle.
Imagine you finally get a Banshee, and then all of a sudden, just this dude just grapple hook, bye,
and just steals it.
Yeah, exactly. So
hopefully, it's a rare pickup on the map because it seems really useful.
It seems really useful, and in the trailer, it seemed like it was there like every 15 seconds. But I think that's just because they wanted to show all the crazy stuff that you could do with it. So, but like that looks cool. They have like the reflector shot where when you activate it, it bounces back bullets and stuff. And apparently, like if someone's like running at you or something like that, you can bounce them back or something like that.
That seems really
neat. And in
neat.
the trailer, I saw him like look down and then use it to like jump up to a higher plane. Like that's really cool.
And then he hit with the whatever that, what is gravity hammer?
Yeah.
The gravity hammer looks really cool in this. It takes longer to swing, so I assume it's gonna have a larger radius to balance that out.
Yeah, it seems a little bit more powerful. The BR is Halo 2 BR. As a Halo 2 fanboy, I love that. It looks awesome. There's no bloom on it, which I like. It seems they toned down the bloom a lot. They toned it down a lot.
Which I'm happy about. I think it's still on the assault rifle.
It still is.
But it doesn't really have much effect.
Yeah, it's more of just like a visual thing, to be honest. It doesn't look like it's too crazy like in Halo 4 or something like that, where as soon as you start shooting, it just goes but it just expands.
Or Halo Reach. Sorry, Halo Reach fans. That game has a lot of bloom.
That game does have a lot of bloom, but it looks a lot more precise, and the zooming in also looks a little bit toned down from from Halo 5.
I'm hoping it doesn't massively increase the range like it did on some weapons in Halo 5.
Yeah, which is looking
I think that worked in Halo 5, but this game has a lot different mechanics. It's not as fast.
Yeah. I like that they're also bringing back the I don't know. This is actually kind of new. The overshield and active camo and stuff like that is now equipment, and you have to choose when to activate it now.
Oh, that's
neat. And if
neat.
you die with it, you drop it. So that's
I think that's a good choice.
That's a good choice. And so like the equipment and stuff looks really cool. The weapons, there's some cool weapons as well. There's the I forget what it was called. The spike, not the spike or whatever. The thing
shoots
it shoots like a giant spike and just like absolutely wrecks this warthog.
That could be really cool.
Really cool weapon. There's that one that a lot of people are saying it reminds them of the Dead Space weapon where you shoot, where you could change like if it's like vertical or horizontal firing like position or stuff like that. So that one looked really cool, and like all the weapons seem neat and stuff. Now, this is the thing that we say that looks all cool and stuff, but there's still sprint. There's still a lot of other things that were from Halo 5.
Like ADS and
other things like that. So the thing that made Halo 5 really fun was the fun armor abilities. Now, is that Halo? Not at all.
The boosting and that stuff made it into a pretty fun, just a fun multiplayer game.
Yeah, I said, is it Halo? Absolutely not. But is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. And I value fun a lot more than I wouldn't say I value fun over Halo, but it's just I'd rather have something that's a lot of fun
rather than a faithful game that's just kind of
that's
boring.
Just really boring and stuff. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
This game looks like it could be fun.
It could be,
but I think a lot of people say the sandbox is what makes Halo. That's what 343 said in their thingy. But to me, the core gameplay of just jump, grenades, shoot, that's what makes Halo.
That's what makes Halo.
And so even if the sandbox is good, just having all these more modernized mechanics like sprint and ADS, it won't feel the same to me. But it still could be a fun game. It just won't really beat classic Halo multiplayer.
Classic Halo. Yeah, I was playing Halo 3 the other day, and they just got everything right. the class.
Well,
the
not
gameplay.
everything,
Well,
but a lot.
Not everything, but it's just like it just felt so perfect. Like the respawn time, it was perfect. The equipment and how they balanced the equipment, it was perfect. Like there's no sprint, so like again, the argument is basically how sprint is more of just it's an animation. Then it doesn't actually increase your speed. It's just an animation. Mm-hmm. Like the only thing that sprint adds is sprint out time, which makes it worse.
And it just they have to make the maps bigger, and it to me it kind of feels slower in a way, because in like Halo 2 and 3, Halo 2 is pretty fast, Halo 3 is slower, but your gun is always up, you're always always ready, and that's something that I really like.
Yeah, I really like that as well. That's something that I always got from Halo. That Halo is something where you can always shoot. You always have options. You can always win in some way or another. The thing, like games with sprint and stuff like that, if you're sprinting and someone else is not, you're screwed. I'm sorry. There's nothing there's nothing
well, you could
do.
beat them if you're a lot better.
Yeah, obviously, if you're a lot better. But still, in Halo...
although, here's something that Halo 5 did, for example. When you are sprinting, you can boost. Yeah. And that's something that saves you from taking damage coming out of your sprint. Mm-hmm. But this game won't have that.
This game won't have that, yeah. But the thing is, still, I feel like sprint just inherently makes it so... Inherently, if you are sprinting and the other person is not, inherently they have the advantage, where Halo is always really fair, really balanced. You learn the maps, you learn the grenade spots, you learned where the power weapons are and stuff like that, and you use that to your advantage. Which it looks like they're kind of doing, but also they're kind of not. It really depends on the balance of, is there going to be more like classic Halo elements like sandbox and other stuff like that, or is there going to be more sprinting and other stuff like that? So we'll have to see.
From what we saw, it doesn't really look like they sprinted that much. No. So I'm hoping that sprint will be kind of like really crappy, so you just use it to traverse distances, and then you don't really use it in fights. Yeah. And that I'd probably be okay with that.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit more okay with
that's
that.
Kind of what it is like in Halo Reach as well.
Yeah, sprint is more of just a tool to get you places a little bit quicker, which is I still would rather not have it, but it's still it's decent enough.
And I know the anti-sprint community isn't really nearly as popular as it used to be, and so if you are okay with sprint, that's fine. We're not hating on you. We're not saying you're not a true fan, but this is just our preference. And you don't need to get mad over that, okay?
Yeah, okay. Just calm down. It's okay. Like, even though like never mind. We take that back. You're not at all true fans, but still, it's okay. It's
no,
okay.
We're joking.
No, we're joking around. But still, it does look like it could be good. We got to get our hands on it. So we're signed up for the flights. When we play the game, we'll tell you. We'll make a video about it. We'll have to see how well it works and stuff like that, how well it's optimized. Oh gosh, I hope it's not broken. So another thing is it's free to play. So
yeah, I think that's probably a good move.
That's honestly probably a good move. I really like that just simply because I think I want Halo to be back in the forefront again. All right, I remember when Halo was the top dog, baby. I remember. Well, I mean, I wasn't old enough, but I know like Halo used to be the thing like everyone talked about. Like
I remember. Like I went to this place. My first time playing Halo was on an Xbox at this place I was staying in the mountains, and I was like, I never heard of any of these games. But then I saw Halo. I'm like, I know what Halo is, so I played that.
Yeah, like I heard about Halo even when I was in like elementary school, and like. At work, for example, at my work, I'll talk to everyone there, and they're into Warzone and stuff. But when I mention Halo, they instantly remember it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I remember that when I was a teenager and stuff." And like they get transported back, and like Halo used to be so amazing, and like it was so popular and stuff. And I think free to play is a good move to bring it back on top again.
It has to be good though, but with the current levels of hype, if they actually deliver a solid game and it's free to play, it could really bring Halo back to the forefront of multiplayer.
And if Vanguard is Vanguard and it's World War II, I think Halo is pretty set. Now,
the main competition will be Battlefield.
Which we're making another E3 video on like all those other miscellaneous games. So we'll talk about Battlefield then as well. But I think free to play is a good option. Now, they have a battle pass, and at this point, I kind of honestly already accepted it. Even if it wasn't free to play, I accepted the fact that it was probably going to have some sort of battle pass or something like that. But the good news is they talked about how each season you're going to be able to buy the previous season. So there's no like fear of missing out or like, oh no, you got to get this thing before it goes away, or after the season's over you can't get that one armor
and it's
again.
all cosmetics, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's all cosmetics, so I don't care. I mean, like the cosmetics look cool. That samurai outfit is pretty sick, not going to lie, but like, I've already accepted there's going to be a battle pass. I know there are a lot of people who are like, oh my gosh, battle pass doesn't belong in Halo, but I said I already accepted that at this point. So, I don't know what else is there. I don't have much else.
Yeah, I don't have much else. I mean, kind of on the graphics thing, in the multiplayer gameplay, it doesn't really look like a AAA game to me. It kind of looks like Installation 01, which is a fan-made game. Like the animations and just in general, it doesn't really look that like AAA to me.
Yeah, I think.
But I mean, that doesn't really matter that much as long as it's fun. But just a thing to point out.
Yeah, it doesn't look necessarily like as maybe clean as like Halo 3. It does look a little bit more messy. I'm not necessarily gonna instantly hate on this, but I'm not necessarily like, hooray! I'm so happy this is the case. But they've changed the system. It's no longer red versus blue anymore. Apparently, it's like you'll have your own customization and stuff like that, and you'll have the armor coatings or whatever. Again, I'm not super huge into customization, so I don't really care too much. But it's the outline is now going to be your indicator of whether or not they're on your team or not. So
that could work, or it could be confusing. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. Maybe there's an intensity or something like that you can put. Like you could put up like the maybe there's a setting or something that you could change. I wanted to mention hit markers and stuff. Please get them out of there, or please have an option to turn them off.
Yeah, I want an option to turn them off.
I don't need hit markers in Halo. I always felt like Halo was much better because, again, we made an old video about this, but I still feel like it's bad. But I feel like it still rings true. The thing that like let you know was your armor shield, like the shield's like flashing and stuff like that. That's how you know.
And then you can see those electric things. We don't also need hit markers.
Yeah, we don't need hit markers, or we don't need death indicators or something like that. Or well, I do like to have some form of death indication, but not like the red X or whatever. I don't necessarily need that. So please have something to turn that off. Thank you very much.
All right.
Well, yeah, that's all I have. We're cautiously optimistic, I would say, for this for the next Halo. Maybe a little bit pessimistic and stuff, but we'll have to get our hands on it when we get the fight. So if you like the video, like it. Let us know your thoughts on Halo Infinite and other stuff like that down in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you not? Let us know. Yeah, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.